Well, hi everyone. I think we'll get started. Welcome to our information webinar today for the Certificate in Human Resources Management. Thank you for taking the time to join us. And my name is Marina DeBona. I'm the program manager for the Certificate in Human Resources. Today, I will be spending about half an hour with all of you and would be happy to answer any questions at the end of the presentation. We will be discussing York University and who we are. In terms of the School of Continuing Studies. I'll talk about careers in human resources, what makes our program here at York University unique. I'll talk about the T-shaped professional. I will talk about program requirements, the value of the CHRP designation to your career. I will share some testimonials with you. I will go over the admission requirements and the schedule, the tuition fee, and the next offerings and how to apply to our programs. So let's begin. So I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you a bit more about York and its rich history. We are the second largest university in Ontario and the third largest in Canada. We are known for academic excellence. 98% of our professors have the highest educational qualification in their field. Our accomplished alumni span the globe and are making real impact in their fields and redefining leadership. York has a rich research history as well, and we have expertise in pedagogy, online learning, and instructional design. The School of Continuing Studies is a school that is part of York University, and we're located on the main Keele campus, which is also conveniently located near the several 400 series highways. We're accessible by TTC, GO, York Region, Brampton, and Viva Transit systems as well. And in the School of Continuing Studies, we provide meaningful learning opportunities which combine guided instruction with practical application. Our programs are designed to develop the well-rounded professional that employers value with both the deep discipline-based knowledge and the broad skills required to communicate and be effective within a multidisciplinary team. So with a variety of options to suit your learning style and schedule, adding a recognized, respected credential, such as a York University certificate, has never been more convenient for you. So if you plan to pursue a degree, our academic bridging courses are also available. We have an English Language Institute that can prepare you for success if you're an international student. And also, in some cases, our certificates may be counted towards transfer credit towards degree studies. So talk to us about your goals, and we are here to help. And I will provide all of the contact information once I am done with this information webinar. So let's talk about human resources. HR, or also referred to as HRM, Human Resources Management, is the function within an organization that focuses on recruitment of, the management of, and providing direction for the people who work within the organization. HRM is the organizational function that deals with issues that are related to people, such as compensation, hiring, performance, organizational development, safety, wellness, benefits, employee motivation, communication, administration, and training. HRM is also very strategic and is a very comprehensive approach to managing people and the workplace culture and environment. So effective HRM enables employees to contribute effectively and productively to the overall company direction and the accomplishment of the organization's goals and objectives. Now, HRM is moving away from traditional personnel administration and transactional roles, which are increasingly being outsourced. HRM is now expected to add value to the strategic utilization of employees, and that employee programs impact the business in very measurable ways. So studying human resources is not just for people who work within a human resources department. Having a good understanding of HR is important for everyone who gets work done through people. I just wanted to pause there for a second. Can everyone see my screen? because I have a slide presentation and I just want to make sure it's advancing properly. So if you could kindly just say yes in the question box, that would be great. If you have seen my screens so far. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So what I was saying earlier is that our program in HR is not really only for those that want to work within an HR department. So having a good understanding of HR is important for anyone who works with people and needs to get work done through people. So even people managers, we've had a lot of people managers that have taken our program because they're responsible for a lot of HR activities, which include recruitment and selection, compensation and training and development, even health and safety, and many others. So moving on to the next slide, career in human resources management. Many people are very eager to start a career in HR. It's a very fast growing career field with many lucrative opportunities, and I'm sure that this is why you've joined me here today. And many of you probably already know that career analysts expect the number of HR jobs to increase in the future. The median annual income for careers in HR is actually above the national average. For these reasons and more, you are probably wondering how to start a career in HR on your own. Well, there are some job titles that you will grow accustomed to seeing on sites such as Indeed and Workopolis, such as HR generalist, recruiter, learning and development specialist, health and safety officer, compensation specialist, industrial relations specialist, career counselor, corporate trainer, human resources consultant, and human resources officer. So as you see in the infographic that is on your screen at the moment, in order to, if you take our program, for example, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the qualifications. So if you complete our post-degree certificate in HR management, or even our online program, which is exactly the same, and you combine that with the CHRP requirements through the HRPA, which is having a membership through the HRPA, writing the knowledge exam, the CKE1, the job ready program, and the jurisprudence exam. So if you have those two qualifications, you would be automatically qualified for the CHRP designation. Now, all of our courses are approved by the HRPA, but there are other requirements that you would have to complete before you can obtain your CHRP designation. Then you would be qualified for careers such as an HR assistant, HR associate, etc. Now, if you are already working in an HR capacity, then both of our programs, both the postgraduate as well as the certificate in HR, the fully online program, if you complete that and you write the CK2 knowledge exam and the jurisprudence 2 exam, you would be qualified for the CHRL designation. But you need to have at least 3 years of work experience in order to qualify for that. Okay, and then the careers, the outcome would be that you would be qualified for careers more at a management level. So CHRP designation is entry level, CHRL designation is about middle management. Okay. So what makes our program here at York unique? There are a few things that I want to discuss. The first thing is that it's cohort-based. So both in the full-time program and in the online program, both of the programs are cohort-based. And what that means is you will start and finish with the same group of people. Okay, so you're purchasing the program. You are not purchasing a course-by-course kind of scenario. You will study all of the 9 courses required to meet the educational requirements for writing the knowledge exam 1 or 2 for either the CHRP or the CHRL designation. You will have access to a program where we have integrated non-HR competencies into the curriculum that will prepare you to succeed in a Canadian or international business context, and will provide you with a solid grounding in skills that will help you get hired or be eligible for a promotion. We have very experienced instructors that have extensive HR experience. All of them are actually working as HR practitioners. And the programs are flexible enough to allow students to work during their studies, whether it's full-time or part-time. And graduates of this program will be uniquely positioned to thrive in a vibrant multicultural workplace. Now, some of those skills that I was saying, the non-HR competencies, are what we call the T-shaped professional. So the goal of in all of our programs is to produce graduates who can write, speak, negotiate, problem solve, make ethical decisions, and think critically. So we have, so graduates will have the depth of expertise from the experiences in human resources, as well as the breadth of knowledge that goes along the top part of the T. Now, some of the things that we will be covering in the program, I think I mentioned, but I want to just kind of reiterate, are communication, critical thinking, data literacy, research, presentations, proposal writing, business acumen, and ethics. So we have two programs, as I mentioned. We have a post-degree certificate in HR management, which is full-time, as well as we have a part-time, fully online cohort certificate. Let's talk about the first one, which is the post-degree certificate in human resources management, the full-time program. This one here is geared towards, primarily towards recent university graduates, or those who can take the morning, those who have flexibility, like aren't working full-time or so forth. The program will cover the nine required CHRP courses, and will also include one business foundations course, which will cover all of those competencies as well. The program is designed where you are in class. You're in class 4 times a week, and we have various sections. So for example, if you are in section 1, we have an 8:30 to 11:30 class that runs 4 days a week, and then the rest of the day you have off. So again, flexible, you can still work. We have a 12 to 3 section as well, and then we have a later afternoon, 3:30 to 6:30. So regardless of the section that you're in, you do have and are provided with some kind of flexibility where you can still work. Okay. Moving on to this slide, this is a good overview of what the program looks like. So students will start with business foundations for HR professionals. Then they go on to study HR management, which is the first course. And the first and second course, HR management and introduction to organizational behavior, are the 2 prerequisite courses for the rest of the program. Then you will study accounting, occupational health and safety, industrial relations, HR planning, recruitment, selection, and performance, training and development, and then compensation. We do have an English language proficiency requirement for international students, and that is an IELTS 6.0, but you need to have also a 6.0 in writing and speaking as well. So moving on to our fully online program, which is part-time. This program is very flexible. It's asynchronous, which means that you don't need to be online at any specific time. You can log in late at night, on the weekend, whatever is convenient to you. The program is designed for working professionals. In the program, you will have individual assignments, of course, as well as you'll still have an opportunity to work on group assignments. You will participate in weekly discussion forums. And in terms of dedication, you're looking about 5 hours a week on reading, homework, and participation. And you finish the program in roughly 18 months, and you cover all of the 9 required HRPA courses. So this program is also approved. And an overview of this program. It starts with HR. As you can see, it's exactly the same as the full-time program, minus the business foundations course, the 10th course. So let's talk a little bit about the value of having the CHRP designation for your career. Now, the HR profession is really gaining a lot of strength and credibility. And the HRPA, if you're not already aware, is the Human Resources Professionals Association. And it is the association that grants the CHRP, the CHRL designation in the province of Ontario. It's a professional regulatory body for those practicing HR in Ontario. So according to a large study that was conducted by payscale.com, they can confirm that those that have obtained the CHRP designation are promoted faster, hired by larger companies, and earn more than those without the designation. They also indicate that job postings requiring the CHRP designation have increased by about 70%. Now, not only does the designation correlate with more job opportunities for HR professionals, but it can actually even be tied to promotion to higher levels of responsibility and pay. So PayScale was able to look at HR professionals' career path information, specifically how did their job title change in the span of 5 years. Then they looked more closely to see if these individuals who earned the designation progressed into higher level positions more quickly than their colleagues without the designation. And the conclusion from their analysis was that professionals with the designation were promoted more frequently. They moved into higher positions more often than those without the designation. So in closing, when you review like all the various markers such as pay, career progression, job opportunities, earning the designation, the CHRP or the CHRL has really shown to have a positive impact on the professional career of human resources professionals. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to share the next slide is a testimonial. Just give me a second, please. I'm just having a little bit of technical difficulties. The next slide is a testimonial. As a recent grad of this program, Belinda Chin, she graduated in 2016. You can also get a terrific international experience as the class caters to both domestic and international students. And this, in my opinion, provides invaluable insight into how the country's culture and how they operate, and is particularly useful for any HR professional given the changing demographics of the employee base in Canada. Fabulous program. And in fact, Belinda, she graduated from our program. She went on to complete the Master's in Human Resources Management here at York and is just wrapping up, and I'm actually going to be attending her graduation shortly, which is very exciting. We also have an advisory council or committee testimonial. Dwayne Conrad sits on our advisory council. He's the director of HR at Monroe Chappell. And he states that when looking for HR professionals, it's important to find individuals that have core HR expertise, but also the soft skills and knowledge to apply that knowledge across various businesses they may support. With the right training, the HR business partner supporting the retail environment today could transfer to the financial services organization and still add value to that company as a whole. So that's very important because as you become, all of the skills that you learn in our program are very, very transferable, and pretty much you can work in any organization. That's the great thing about this field. In terms of admission requirements, the post-degree program, the admission requirements for the program are a minimum of a BA degree. We do require official transcripts as well. If you're an international student, we do require original English translated copies of the university degree and your transcripts as well. We have an online application form that students need to complete. And if you're an international student, of course, proof of language proficiency is also required. In terms of the part-time program, it is a direct registration. You need to be a mature student or have successfully attended at least a year of college or university, or otherwise be eligible for admission to the university. In terms of the tuition fees and important dates, just give me 1 second. I want to see if I can get this working better. Okay, so in terms of the tuition fees and the important dates, The post-degree program for domestic students, the fees are $7,999. And if you are an international student, the fees are $17,999. For the part-time, fully online program, the fee is $6,525. And that includes, it does not include books, but that is the tuition for the entire program, all 9 courses in the part-time and 10 courses in the full-time program. Okay. In terms of the next offerings, we do have a very limited space available for the full-time program in winter. Our fall 2018 is sold out. We also have, like I mentioned, a cohort that is starting in early February of 2019, but we have very, very limited spots available, so please register as soon as possible. Our part-time online program is also, the fall program is very close to being full. We do have some spots available for the September 24th start, and then we will have another program for the part-time program that starts in the winter of 2019, and all of the schedules are all on our website. Now, if you require, if you have any information, like if you have any questions after this webinar, I would please encourage you to call our continuing studies advisor, Carmela McPherson. She's actually a graduate. She actually works with us now, but is a graduate of our program as well. And she can be reached at continue@yorku.ca. We also have, if you have registered and have questions, please contact the registration coordinator at regscs@yorku.ca. So lastly is questions. So let me take some of your questions. I would be happy to answer them. So let's see if we have anything here. Can you explain again the CHRP and the CHRL that you explained relating management and middle management? Yes, absolutely. Let me just pull up the actual slide. It was that infographic, and I can just go over that quickly with you. Okay, so the infographic is actually on the screen now. I'm hoping it's on the screen now. Just give me a second. There it is. Okay, so this infographic here, so what I was saying earlier is that if you complete, so it depends on if you have HR experience already. So if you are looking to go into a entry-level position, then you would have your eyes set on the CHRP designation, okay? So let's say you're going in for an entry level, you would complete one of our programs, you would meet all of the educational requirements for the HRPA. You would then become a member of the HRPA. You would write a knowledge exam. So for the CHRP, it's called CKE1. You would complete a job ready program and then write a law exam, which is JE1. With those two things combined, you would be qualified, and of course, upon successful completion of all those things, you would be qualified for the CHRP designation. And then ultimately, you're qualified for entry-level positions in HR like the ones on the screen. Okay, now if you already have about 3 years experience in HR and you're interested in the CHRL designation, which is the Certified Human Resources Leader rather than practitioner, you would finish both of our programs, one of the programs, excuse me, either the full-time or the part-time. You would write the CK2 knowledge exam and the jurisprudence 2 exam, and then there's other requirements for the CHRL. Once you complete all those requirements successfully, you would be qualified for the CHRL designation. And then you would be qualified for more middle management kind of positions like HR manager, HR business partner, things like that. So I hope that answers your question. So I have a question about when taking the online course, how do we obtain the books, materials needed for the courses? Well, all the books, all the required books are available through the York University bookstore, and we do have, they ship books out to you just like Amazon does. So you can purchase everything online, and those will all be shipped out to you. And the HRPA has given us the list of books that we're using are approved by the Human Resources through the HRPA. Okay, so you can purchase those all on the York University website, bookstore website. Having already registered, I was informed that I would receive course information 1 to 2 weeks prior to the course start. Is this enough time? Yes, absolutely, it is enough time. You will, if I'm assuming that you registered for the online program, and that starts on the 24th. I'm going to be conducting, you will get a welcome letter that will contain all the information that you need about 2 weeks in advance. And it'll also give you information on an orientation webinar that I will be conducting. Okay, so not to worry, you are in good hands. Okay, let's just go to the next question. I have already applied to the York Postgraduate Certificate for winter intake, but when shall be the last dates to receive offer letters? Okay, so the offer letters, again, for international students, I'm doing it day by day because we are almost full. And so really, I'm waiting for some spaces I'm waiting for some spaces to become available for international students. So as I send offers, if I don't get um, a confirmation that the person is actually coming, then that means that I can actually release a space, okay? So it's really on a weekly basis, like I'm doing my best. How many assignments per week for the full-time students? There are a lot of assignments. And I can't tell you exactly how many assignments you have per week, but you'll always be working on something. Are there any installment plans to pay for the tuition? Yes, we do have installment plans for the part-time program as well as the full-time program. You just have to check our website. The program is a cohort. So I just got a question about, can I take the first course to see if it's for me? Unfortunately, it is a cohort. You cannot purchase the program course by course. You have to purchase the whole program at one time. I have done my MBA in India in English and came to Canada as no, we do not need, if you are a permanent resident, we do not need an IELTS score. In order to check your status, please contact our registration coordinator. I will put her information back on the screen. You can contact Allison at rregscs@yorku.ca. Can you confirm that as a part-time student, I would need an hour a day, including assignments, reading, homework? Really, it depends on the student and how, you know, how busy you are and so forth. Just based on my experience managing the program and, you know, anecdotal information that I've heard from students, we actually conducted a survey of the students to see how much time they were actually spending, and that's why I said 5 hours a week. So roughly, you're looking at about 5, and you know what? For some students, it may be a little bit more. It really depends on how much time you have. Like, it's important to keep up with the readings, right? So our program, it's very unique because it gets students out faster. But our program, each course is over 8 weeks rather than the traditional 13 weeks. So each module, for example, has 2 chapters that you're reading, not just 1 chapter. So it is a bit accelerated. So it really depends on your availability and so forth. No, for the online program, there is no requirement to complete an HR placement. There's no requirement for the full-time program as well. Yes, there is a break around Christmas time for the online course. When the university is closed, there's no courses that are taking place, so we have built in some breaks. I had a question about visa duration. I would highly recommend that you speak to someone. We are not immigration specialists, so you need to speak to your nearest visa office, or if you are coming through from a recruiter, you are better off speaking to them. But we are not immigration specialists here, so I do not want to give that any advice. Do we have any more questions? Okay. Well, I think we're coming to the end of the webinar. I wanted to give you thank you so much for attending today and taking this time out of your busy schedule to join me. I really look forward to meeting you one day in person. I really do hope that you will consider our program. It is a great program, and enjoy the rest of the day and have a wonderful weekend. Take care, everyone.